I've never been baptized, which apparently is a real rare thing. I'm sure Harley hasn't either, but for us Gentiles, it's I don't know anyone else who wasn't baptized. I need to ask my parents what the
I'm baptized. Man, they've dropped the ball.
Or maybe they made some sort of deal.
Didn't get baptized until I was like 19, but I still got baptized.
You still knocked it out. You're covered probably.
Yeah, but I went through that whole childhood of Southern Baptist hell and damnation and brimstone. Nope.
Don't you see demons?
That shit sucks.
Yes, sometimes.
You see real demons, so I'm not going to use you as a case study for baptism, and it's been.
I love the frown, the over like the frown response you get because of the fucking flat lips.
How do the demons make
do
you
you
feel?
see demons? You see demons?
It's a very long story, but the short version is much more prevalent in childhood than in adulthood. I suffered from hallucinations, not the schizophrenic kind where you really, well, I mean, as a kid, I thought they were like real, you know. As an adult, I might see things like a shadow person walk by super quick or something like that. And I know it's not real, and I know it's my mind playing tricks on me. But as a child, they were much more intense. And I saw a whole bunch of crazy ghosts and demons and things that talked to me and all sorts of crazy shit. I think it was a combination of a very unpleasant medical condition I have and a very toxic
You spoke about this on the show, right?
Yeah, I did. I told the story and stuff like that. So I, in the past, have seen things like demons and ghosts and supernatural events, and I also have very, very bizarre dreams where a very unpleasant thing often talks to me and kind of controls the scenario.
Is that still happening now, or pretty few and far between?
It was pretty much dead for a long time. I had a brief resurgence about 3 or 4 months ago. Very unpleasant dream. It was. Are we going to do that? Are we going to go into paranormal? If we're going to do that, I'll take the clown nose off. It's kind of itchy.
Yeah, you can take the clown
I think you take it off anyways.
Now I look a little bit more.
That's so much worse.
Clown.
Now you look like a French Quebec daytime ballet. Anyone where I'm from knows what I'm talking about. By the way, continue.
The Quebecois people.
But it's like, imagine you've played something like Left 4 Dead, where there's like an AI, the director that directs your game. Imagine when you go to sleep and you have a dream, it's lucid, so you're you and you're awake, and you might even know that you're dreaming, but you're not in control of it, and there is perhaps another malevolent director there putting you through some sort of godforsaken scenario, and if you break out of the scenario, you're probably going to a meeting room where you have to have a very unpleasant meeting of some kind.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not fun. I don't sleep that well.
I don't blame you.
I can't fix it. If I get some of my problems fixed, it may go away on its own, which would be great. I am Tuesday going to see the only specialist in the state that will talk to me, and then I might have, embarrassingly, yet another final answer for this stupid problem.
Peter Venkman, right?
No, it's a infectious disease specialist. I may have a protozoan infection, which is not good. You don't want that. It's a little. It's like a little, kind of like a bacteria, but a little nastier, and they live in your red blood cells.
How do you get rid of those?
I'm not entirely sure, and it doesn't seem like it always goes away. So that's why I'm going to a real doctor to get an answer.
And if that,
hope you get good news.
Another option would be to dream train to grow stronger every day. So when you do encounter the shadow man in the dream, you are far more powerful than he ever expected you to be.
I got a trick.
Sell a supplement for that.
We do.
Yes.
It makes you come.
We really do. Yeah,
I do have a trick for that. For real.
Site, there's a dream supplement.
Really, I didn't know that. The trick I learned is that if your heart rate gets over a certain amount, you almost always wake up. Like your body just has like a fail-safe mechanism if that happens. So if something's getting really fucked, I stop in the dream and concentrate and try to just hyperventilate, get my heart rate up super high, and just imagine it. And usually I'll just poof right out after.
Oh, I got the answer for you. So do you have a smartwatch?
Been tracking it.
You can set that thing to wake you up if it gets above a certain point. Because I know someone I know went to sleep after doing a bunch of cocaine and Adderall, and their Apple Watch woke them up because they thought they were dying, because they probably were. Their heart rate was like 170 in their sleep or some shit.
In their sleep.
So dude, that's like about this.
That's like panic attack level of blood pressure.
I'm telling you guys about crazy dreams and shit like that, right? According to this, I dream only about 15 minutes a night, which is way less than what you need. And a lot goes on in those 15 minutes, I'll tell you. Either that or it's just not reading right.
Oh, there's full on time dilation in our dreams, which is interesting,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Absolutely.
Big time.
That's a bizarre part about dreams that I would love to hear a doctor and a scientist talk about, like how that works. How does time dilation in dreams? Because
And a man of God.
feels
Let's
like
cover
you
all the
wake up
bases.
sometimes exhausted. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know how that shit ended. It went on. I was like
I've been able
camping
to-
for weeks.
I've left a dream scenario, like it had been a long dream, maybe running from bad guys through the woods or something, and then wake up and be like, all right, I'm awake, and then be, oh shit, I got to get back in there, and went back to sleep and got back in. I've done that before.
That's
how does that
awesome
fucking
when
work?
you do
too.
that.
How does that work?
I
don't
think
know
it
how
works
that
because you want to go back. Your mind is already in the
Or
mindset.
is it because that place is real? Because our minds have made it real.
But doesn't
and
it
exists for a
feel
little-
very real sometimes?
I think that our dreams might be more than just our brains putting on a show for us. Like maybe we're creating some kind of little pocket universe that we're going off and playing around in.
Maybe. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that kind of is what it is. It's
Don't get your
within
hopes up, though. You're
mind's
not going
eye.
anywhere
it's
when
the
you die.
simulation and you come
No.
out and you're like, it's my dream
This has
world.
nothing to do with that. Still, just
I like a huge amount of the time when I have a bad dream, like I don't remember anything about it other than like I'll wake up like more anxious than normal and just be like, I must have had some kind of weird
I've
dream.
had that.
Like, but I can't nail down like what was it about? It must have been kind of upsetting, but I have
Bad, like a night
clue.
terror, like where you jump up yelling and stuff.
No, I've never had that. Like I've never like I
I
don't
keep saying
really,
things and I'm only
I don't
picturing
wake
you in the
up.
clown makeup doing it. Like
Yeah, I don't wake up
sleeping
out of
and jumping
nightmare.
up screaming full clown costume.
You do
Just
know how I
waking
look like
up in
normally,
terror.
right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Not clownish. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a nightmare. Or no, I when I was a kid, I woke myself up with nightmares occasionally. I remember I woke up during a very brief nightmare where I was like, my mom was calling me to like run through the garage to get to her car so she could drive us to school. And I was closing the garage on my way out, and I tripped, and the garage door crushed my head, and I died. And I remember waking up from that like, oh my God, I never thought of that as a way to die. is having your head crushed at the age of 7, and then thinking like, oh my God, and my mom and my brother would still be out in the car looking at like my head all over the drive. Oh, that was a terrible dream for a 7-year-old.
boy.
My dream
Yeah,
when I
that's a
was
good
7
one.
is I would be at school and I'd be like, I'm here naked? Why did I come all the way here naked? What a fuck up.
What a fuck up.
Literally, like, that'd be
Damn.
my dream. I'd be like, I forgot everything, even my clothes. This is crazy. Why would this happen? And it's just my dream is me standing there stressing, being like, how am
Yeah.
I going to spin this?
I remember like
7.
probably 4 years ago, which maybe not even that long, 2 or 3 years ago, I had like the first nightmare in many years where I hadn't done my homework. And like
Yeah.
I had like not, or no, what it was I realized I was enrolled in a class that I had never gone to, and it was
Yeah.
near
Oh,
the
no.
end of the semester. And like I wake up from it or whatever, and it's like I'm like actually like worried about something, and then I have
Yeah.
to remind like you're
So-
32, you're not in school, like that
So-
it's fine.
So here's the school nightmare that I have. I haven't had it in a while, but maybe 3 to 5 years or something. But I used to have it all the time, and way into adulthood. I have been enrolled in the wrong classes, or I have taken more units than I thought I had, and I've never attended these classes. Though it's become news to me today that yes, you do have a 3rd and 4th period class. This is not a half day. You've been working a half day for the year, and you were supposed to be learning calculus and biology. And so now today there is a Scantron fucking test for both of those classes, and you have to cram right now for the test today. And and all of a sudden they start handing out Scantron sheets while I'm looking in this book that's this thick, and it's just so scary.
Just
'Cause I
panicky.
I do everything. I'm trying to talk to the teacher. I'm trying to like cheat. Nothing works.
Yeah, the reason I think that scares me is because literally, I think it was my junior year of college. I was in like Finance 3000 or some upper level finance course, and for the second test, there were only 3 tests. So test 2 is halfway through the fucking semester, and I sit down next to this guy, and through some conversation, I'm like, "Oh yeah, like I'm so glad the tests are fucking easy as shit. And because the tests were a joke. Like I got like a
That's
high
good.
A. And like on the first one, I come from the second one, I'm like, man, this class is so great. Easy as can be. I never come to it. And the guy I was talking to was like, yeah, but like attendance is like 15% of your grade. And I was like,
oh
no, that can't be true. I couldn't have
professor?
made that kind of oversight. And so then I just like, I had it in my head. I was like, okay, you cannot get back 8% of this entire grade. Like you just have to go to every class from here on out. And like ended up still doing fine because it was easy as shit. But I remember like that was such a big fuck up because I had never blown off a class where they took attendance. That always seemed like so over the line to me. That's just willing laziness and indignance and ignorance. Like, and that's what I did. I was kicking myself for that. It's like, you fucking retard, you moron. You missed,
Taylor.
every single day other than test 1 and test 2.
It didn't matter then and it doesn't matter now. You didn't even need the degree.
It didn't matter.
Nope.
You're right. It didn't matter at all.
Any of you use your degrees?
No.
None of it matters.
Yeah,
I use it every week on this show.
Yeah, you can
really.
you can get those printed off the internet and no one checks if they're real.
No.
I saw a
once
Reddit
you
post
have your
the other
first
day from a
job
guy.
out of college, no one cares about your college transcript ever again. They care about your first job.
I saw a Reddit post and the guy was like, I've been living a lie for X amount of years. He's working as some kind of professional with a fake degree. He's not a doctor or anything. That's different. But you know, he's working a professional job where they think he went to some school somewhere and there's a diploma on his wall and everything. But that ain't real.
Dude,
he's like,
I once saw a professor who worked for like 10 years as a professor of ethics with a fake degree.
You can get them printed right off.
That's hilarious.
Go right now. There are multiple companies who make very good fake degrees, and they'll go so far as to have your, references and everything. Like they're backed up.